And we are live.
Hello, what's going on? Welcome to the Traveling Mastermind. I feel like I have my talk show again. I used to have this talk show called News for a Better World. It was a positive news thing. So anyway, if you have no idea who I am, my name is Rob Gegner. We gather on a daily basis to talk about inspiration, motivation, and we travel the world going to different events, learning about internet marketing, learning how to become a better person, learning how to develop our mindset. We interview successful people, and we just literally mastermind on whatever is important to our lives. We are a group, we are a community who are committed to each other's success, and we don't let other people just fall and go by the wayside. We are literally here to lift each other up, and I am here to lift you up, to inspire you that maybe you can take control of your life. Doesn't matter if you're in a low point, doesn't matter if you're not really happy with your job or your relationship, doesn't really matter where you are in your life. We want to help you get to the next level no matter who you are. It doesn't matter if you're making $1 million a year. You can always improve, right? Like Jim Rohn was talking about, when you're in the millionaires club, invite a billionaire, say, hey, you guys are doing all right. There's always more to accomplish. There's always more to do. You've never arrived. So we've got my man Corey Sales down here.
What's going on, people?
I'd like to introduce to you to a really good friend of mine who I'm here with, who's a special guest. He comes on from time to time. He's helped me grow my business extraordinarily. His name is Amir Mahmood. He's made $45,000 in 1 week, and that doesn't mean that you're going to do it. You might be lazy. We don't know what you are capable of. So we're not guaranteeing any type of results or anything, but this man is not average. He is not normal. Neither am I. Neither is Corey. Neither is anyone who's affiliated whatsoever with the Traveling Mastermind. We're just a group of people who love being around each other, and we love to take care of ourselves, our bodies. I just got an hour long for $30, right here in Houston, Texas, for $30, an hour long reflexology full body massage, and I feel wonderful. Then I went to a vegan cafe, got some good food. So we're not only here to feed our minds spiritually, intellectually with success information, we're also here to take care of our physical bodies so we can live for the longest period of time and help as many people as possible. So Amir is a NLP master. He has studied hypnosis for years. He has partnered with Will Wood, Dave Wood's brother, founder of the Empower Network. So we are very well connected. We are going places. We are changing lives, creating systems, tools, and resources to help expand the consciousness and the wealth consciousness and the business consciousness of everyone. So I can talk forever. Let's get into it. Amir, he's going to lead us through a quick meditation, because that's what we do on the Traveling Mastermind Hangouts every single day, Monday through Friday. Not going to do a reading today, I don't think, because we want to keep it short. I got to go do some Buddhist chanting later. And he's just going to share today's topic, right? So if you're really paying attention to what's going on here, we're going to be talking about clarity. We're going to be talking about, and this is the key fundamental, right? Before we get into crazy topics, crazy strategies, SEO, YouTube marketing, anything like that. I mean, that's all well and good, and that's good. You can utilize that to build a business quickly. But if you don't have the foundation, right? If you don't have a solid platform to build a house on, so absolute extreme clarity is what everything is based on. So you need to know. Let's say you go into a restaurant and say, "Hey, just bring me some food." The waiter's going to look at you and be like, well, sir, we have a menu full of food. What kind of food would you like? Well, I don't care. It doesn't really matter. So guess what? He's going to bring you something, and it might not be what you want. You might get upset, and you might think it's disgusting. It might be like lobster testicles, you know? Who knows? But that's what you're saying to the universe if you're like, I just want to make a lot of money. I just want to be rich. I just want to be happy. Well, what does that mean? And today, with the expertise of Amir Mahmood, he's going to help you get crystal clear on your outcomes, your intentions, and your goals that you're trying to create inside your business and inside your life. So this is an extremely important Google Hangout for you to pay attention to, because if you do, there might be a little golden nugget that if you're not paying full attention, if you're fully engaged, if you're not shutting off your cell phone, Xing out all the windows on your computer, and if you don't have a notebook with a pen in hand, you might miss something that just might change your life forever and change the lives of everyone around you in your sphere. That's what happened to me in my life. That's what happened to him. It was just one bit of information. That was the catalyst, the breaking point, the breakthrough. Where you're like, oh my God, I had no idea this information existed. I want to run with this and change my life and help change other people's lives. So without any further ado, Mr. Amir Mahmood.
Wow, so that was an awesome introduction here by my good buddy Rob here. I do want to talk for about a few things right now, just off the bat, just like you said. I do want to say, just because I've made a lot of money here, just because there are other people on this call who made a lot of money, doesn't mean that we can guarantee results. It doesn't mean that you'll make any money at all. We offer products and trainings and services. What we can do is show you how I've made that money, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to make it. So this is not a get-rich-quick thing. If you're here because you just want to win the lottery, I'm going to say I'm sorry. There's Vegas for that, so just jump on a flight and go there. But if you're here to really learn some skills, if you're really here to learn and work hard. I mean, at the beginning, there's a bit of a grind you have to go through. There's areas and parts of your life and your business that you may not be happy with, but there's a grind that you're going to need to go through. And once you've got some skills, once you actually know what you're doing, once, like, for example, you can't be a 5-star chef and, expect people to pay you millions of dollars to make a meal if you've never cooked anything before. Sometimes you'll be in that kitchen for 8 hours a day. You'll be cooking up different things. You'll have different recipes. There's be days, just like this morning, where I burnt my food, you know what I mean? And that's because I'm not an expert cook. I'm not actually good in that area, right? And there are areas in your life where you're good at, and there's areas where you're not good at. And being perfectly clear has everything to do with that. So one of the main things that were going on in my life that got me totally clear on where it is I wanted to go is I looked at my income. I knew that what I was doing and the amount of money I was making was not something I was comfortable with. Right, I was working full-time on an ambulance. I was working my office part-time, hypnotizing people. I was doing a lot of things. I was teaching CPR, and I was just picking up random jobs. I was, I did pizza delivery for a bit. I was buying and selling cars. I did all kinds of different things, and there were some things that made me a lot of money, and there were some things that didn't really make me that much money, and there were some things that I enjoyed doing, and there were some things that I didn't enjoy doing. So right now on this call, I don't know where you are in your life, but it doesn't matter where you are, because this is relevant no matter if you're making $20,000, $30,000 a month like I am, or if you're making no money at all, right? Or if you've never even decided to get started as an entrepreneur, or if you've never even considered the possibility, like Rob said, to be part of a traveling mastermind. And so this is kind of a couple questions that I needed to understand, to get clear on, that started guiding me down a path, down the road of where I wanted to go. And I don't want to take too much time here, because we've got another awesome guest here that I want to bring out as well. And so here's the first question you have to ask yourself is, are you comfortable with where you are? Right? Are you comfortable? I think the moment I decided to be uncomfortable making $50,000 a month was the only moment I can grow further and beyond that, right? And once I started becoming uncomfortable, and for the people who know me, sometimes I'm a little antsy. Sometimes I'm a bit of an asshole. I'm not gonna lie, right? Sometimes I just get a little bit, just frustrated, because I know the way I'm doing things is not working. Right? So this is kind of feedback. So if you're unsatisfied for any reason in your life, it's because of what you're doing, right? That's all it is, right? That's really all it is. So if we can chunk down to a really simple idea, and the concept is, if you're not satisfied with what's going on in your life, the first question to ask yourself is, what is it that you're actually doing, and is what you're doing going to get you closer or further away from where you really want to go? Now, in order for you to answer that question, you got to be able to answer this question: where do you want to go, right? So if you take a step back, right, because I've posed several questions here, the first question is, where is it that you want to go? I knew a couple things that were important to me. The first thing that was important to me was I wanted to be making more doing less. Now, I didn't have total clarity on what it was that I was actually doing. I felt like I brought a lot of value. I was teaching people how to save lives. I was teaching hundreds of students CPR, but I was only getting paid a measly $100, right? How can you actually justify the value of helping somebody, bring somebody back pretty much from the dead, right? A skill set that's going to bring somebody's life back. And teaching and pouring your heart out and teaching all the different and putting so much energy into becoming such an excellent trainer and instructor, showing people exactly what to do, coming up with the perfect stories that will help people remember how to save people's life in an emergency, and spending 9 hours a day, you know, sweating, running around, and giving people feedback for a measly $100. I knew that there was a problem with that. I knew that I put in so much value and I didn't get more, but I realized that we don't get what we deserve. We don't normally make what we deserve. A lot of times we feel like we deserve more, but we don't make that much money. Let me tell you how life really works out. You make what you negotiate. Right? Mm-hmm. You make when you negotiate, right? Sometimes most of you right now have not negotiated more than what you are capable of earning, right? And that's because, you know, I'm also a business owner. I'm not going to negotiate higher rates for my virtual employees. Now, if they come up to me and say, hey, Amir, I see how much value I'm bringing to your business. You're paying me X many dollars, and I feel like I deserve more. Now, of course, here's how business works, right? You're either part of building your own business or you're building somebody else's business. And it's totally okay to build other people's business, and I'll tell you why. Because it gives you skill set, right? It gives you skill set. Now, once you have the skill set you need to grow and beyond, then this is where you take a step back and go, okay, what is it that I can do right now that I can take that skill set to build a business of my own, right? So there's kind of like, if you think about it, there's like a sweat equity phase. There's a phase in your business where you need to get up and go, I don't have a skill set. I'm willing to work. I'm actually willing to do it for free because I know the skill set that I get from doing this will help me make millions of dollars. That's why a lot of people have either quit their jobs and flew out to my house just like Rob did, or a lot of people have been able to just completely change and transform and say, Amir, I'm committed to you. I'm ready to build. You've got something great going on. I want to help you build it. And in that process, they learn how to effectively build the business, right? Because as a business owner, there's just too many things for you to do. One of those things is you've got to contact people who are ready to buy. I have more people on my list who are ready to buy something than I actually have time in a day to pick up the phone and call them. There are tasks that need to be done online to set up websites and systemize things, more technology-based stuff that I don't truly understand, but I know they need to be done, right? There's so many different parts of your business that if you're running a successful, thriving business, you have more customers, more work, and more money than you know what to do with, right? And that's kind of the situation I'm in right now. I'm going through this growth process where there's more money, there's tens of thousands of dollars sitting around, and I don't have the skilled people, the people who can actually take that money and turn it into more. And that's really the magic here. A lot of people think that if I just borrow some money, right? If I can just get $10,000 to get my business going, here's the problem. If you think that borrowing money is the solution, it's absolutely not. I'll tell you what the solution is. Your ability to create income, your ability to create money. Because if you can create money, then here's the answer. The moment you realize you have no money and you're not in total panic, that's when you've realized that you've earned the ability to create money. And this is a fascinating story because I had like a $45,000 week. I was flying to Costa Rica. I was doing all this great stuff. I was selling $5,000 masterminds. I was just like, oh my God, people are coming in. People are changing. People are going out. I had one of my students make like $15,000 in a week. I said, yeah, you go, girl. And it's just all this great stuff started to happen, right? But here's what happened, right? Somehow, some way, I kind of lost focus. I lost clarity because here's what happened. I set an outcome. I said I was gonna, and actually my outcome was I was gonna make 100K in 90 days. Mm-hmm. I was just like, and here was the coolest part about it. I believed I can do it, right? And a lot of times people go ahead and they go out there and they set goals, and they set goals that they don't believe they can accomplish. Right? And I'll tell you what's wrong with that. First of all, you can always set goals, and you can always achieve more than you set, and that's always true, right? But at the time, I've said it like, but it's just like you can't even fathom the road to get there, right? You're just like, I want to make $1 million. You're like, how does that road work? Like, what path, what highway do I need to take to get there, right? That's kind of like what started happening, right? I just started going, well, what's the path? What do I need to do to get there? And I took a step back, and I realized that because I wasn't focused on the exact activities that made me money, I started getting all obsessed with kind of the systems portion of it. I started developing more membership sites. I started putting all these things together. And then one morning I woke up and I looked at my bank account and I just was like, there's $200. How did that happen? I made like $45,000 a week, and I was having $10,000 days. And where did all this money go? And here's what happens, guys. Your business is doing one of two things. You're either growing your business or it's falling apart. It's one or the other. It's either growing and growing and growing, going up and up and up. You're either making more and more money, you're making more and more sales, you're making more and more transactions, or the exact opposite, your business is on the decline. And you don't ever want your business to be in the decline. You want it to be going up. So how do you keep your business going? How do you keep, well, you got to keep making sales. You got to keep innovating things. You got to be changing. You got to be adapting to the marketplace. You got to be listening to what they're saying. You got to be coming up with creative solutions faster than the marketplace, right? And what starts to happen is you start to develop this trust. You start to develop this following. You start to develop this group of people who start to look to you as their leader. Now, if you can do that, everything else is easy, because all it is just growing and scaling. And I mean, there's different growing pains that I still don't know how to answer right now, that I'm kind of figuring out. I'm just not figuring out faster than I want to. But here's the magic, guys. If you can get past that first initial hump, making over $10,000 a month, this game is easy. This industry is incredibly easy, because I'll tell you why. There are more people who have problems than there are people providing the solutions to. I'll say that again. There are more people with problems than people providing solutions to. You're going to see a guru who's helped like maybe 3,000 people. There's like what? 10 million who have issues, right? So you don't need a lot of people to make money, and in a lot of businesses, in a lot of industries, I'll tell you what happens. There's like a turnover rate of like 90 days where the entire industry is so brand new. So within 6 months, there's an entirely new marketplace, right? So everyone sits there and goes, well, I wish I was at the top where this guy's got this testimonial. Well, here's the honest truth. In a couple months, nobody knows who that person is. There's some gurus that come out of nowhere, make a ton of money, and then they just vanish, right? And that's because the marketplace is always changing. Now, here's the magic. If you can stay consistent, if you can stay out there long enough, people will start to see your name repeatedly, and that's when they'll start to pay attention to you. There's a phase where people are just not going to listen to you, and they're not going to believe you, even though you'll say the exact same things I'll say, even though you'll go ahead and repeat it word for word, even though you'll share all the exact information that will change their lives. They just won't listen to you because they don't know who you are and don't trust you yet. So part of going over that hump is being edified by another person, being edified by a leader, being edified by somebody who's making a ton of money already, right? So for those of you who are on this hangout, like Rob and what's his name again? I'm sorry, he just jumped on.
Corey,
right? So Corey and Rob, who are on this hangout, are being already kind of rubbed off on as being somebody who is well connected with people who are making money on the internet, right? And what this starts to do is it also gets their names out. It starts to get them to be known. And here's the thing: you'll probably trust me and know me and like me and have a good relationship with me, that you'll see other people that I'm affiliated with, and you'll instantly connect with them because you're saying, well, I trust Amir, and if Amir trusts this person, I trust them too. And that's how marketing works. That's how the business works. It works off trust and the relationship. All the system stuff, I'll tell you what, you could be brand new and create all this system stuff, but if you don't know how to speak to your customer, and if you don't know how to build a good enough relationship where you actually have that trust as a two-way street, where you guys are intimately connected, here's the honest truth: your business will not grow, right? And it'll start dying off, and you'll start putting money into it. It'll be a black hole, and I've been there, right? Where the money just kind of, no matter how much money you put into this thing, it just keeps going away, right? But if you take a step back to clarity, you take a step back and you say, what is it that I truly want to make? And you take a step back and say, is what I'm doing actually working? Is it getting me closer or further away? And you start to ask yourself all these questions, you're going to start building what I call an internal GPS system. An internal GPS system that's going to tell you turn left, turn right, right? That's going to tell you keep moving forward. It may not get you all the gas stations that you're looking for on the way, But guess what? You'll get to your end destination, and sometimes you'll need to be a little strategic. Sometimes the GPS will give you directions that don't actually exist when you look in reality. You thought it was supposed to be that way, but it's not, right? And that's how your business is. Like, you think it's a specific way, and in reality it's completely different. That's kind of what happened, because when I looked at my bank account, I saw 200, and the internal strategy in my head went poof. It doesn't work. It just went out the window. So I said, okay, well, what is it that, let me go back. And I thought what I was doing to succeed was not actually the actions that actually make you successful. Isn't that fascinating that you actually succeed unconsciously first before you succeed consciously? You actually make money before you actually know how you've made it, right? And you actually start making tens of thousands of dollars before you actually start understanding why you're making the money. I think it's fascinating. I was working with a top earner in another company, and she's an amazing friend of mine. And I've looked at her income, I've looked at her system, and I was coaching her and I was working with her. She's made hundreds of thousands of dollars, and she has no idea why. I think that's the magic here in this industry. You don't even need to know and understand how you can start making money, but you can start making money. And I think that's the fascinating part, right? So it took like us to sit down a few hours, and then we've only come up with a theory. And we're not even sure that theory is actually going to work. We're not even sure that theory is effective. We're not even sure that that's actually why she's making the money she's making, right? And then we have to go back to the drawing board and then hit it over again. So what does this have to do, right? Well, what does this have to do with you? There's so many intricate things that are happening to make a person successful. And here's the honest truth. If you try to focus on understanding what all those components are, you'll actually frustrate yourself more than you can believe. But if you take a step back and go, am I getting closer, am I getting further away, and you allow those to be the only two questions that you really need to understand, what starts to happen is your business starts to grow. It starts to expand. And before you know how, your business starts growing to a place where you sit back and you go, wow, I'm making a lot of money. So here's the reality, guys. I don't know if you're watching me live or if you're watching the replay, but I dropped a lot of information here on the call, and I want to take a step back, and I want to make this very interactive. I want to make this an exercise, and we have my perfect demo subject, Rob, here. So we're actually going to go back and forth. And this is a good point if you're watching, take out a pen and paper, plot some notes, and I'm going to ask him some questions. And Rob is going to get much clearer on this call. And then we're going to go the other way, right, where Rob's going to ask me questions to help me get clearer. And you're going to notice where I'm at in my business is completely different than where Rob is in his business. And that's totally okay, because I want you to know it doesn't matter what level you're at, you can get massive amounts of value from doing this exercise. So here's the questions. We're gonna write them up, and we're going to make them very clear. So the first question is where do you want to go? Where do you want to be? And I like doing things in 90 days, and the reason why is because if you set a goal too far out, you set a goal for a year, what happens is you wait till the month before, and then you start working, right? If you set a goal too close, then it doesn't feel like you can accomplish it, so you don't do it. So I feel like in business, 3 months to 6 months is a good, anywhere between 3 to 6 months. If you're brand new, go ahead and set a 3-month outcome, or even a 30-day outcome to just get you going. For this example, I'm going to set 90 days. So 90 days from now, we're going to step into the future and understand where it is we want to go with a crystal clear picture. And once we have that, it'll help me get clear on what I actually need to do today. Because here's the thing, guys. You're going to get, especially where I'm at in my business, I have more tasks than I have time. And and I was watching a sales video, I think by Evan Pagan, and I was laughing my ass off because he was speaking directly to me. He basically said, when you've got the bug, when you say, honey, I'll be right there, and I don't know how many times I've said that, staring at the screen. I literally just said that like 2 minutes before he said, you've got the bug when you say, honey, I'll be right there, and you weren't there in a minute, And I looked at the screen, and I was like, I just said that 3 minutes ago, right? So here's the thing, right? There's more tasks than there are ever time. There always will be, right? But here's the difference. There are millionaires out there who have the same amount of 24 hours a day as you do, but there's something that they're doing that gets them the $1 million, and there's something that you're doing that's not getting you the $1 million. And the most important thing is to go, not how do you manage time, but it's how do you manage the priority of a task, right? How do you actually get shit done in the most effective, efficient way, in a way that is profitable for you up front? All right, so I mean, here's a perfect example. I was kind of laughing my ass off. I'm seeing these calls here. I'm laughing my ass off because one of the things I started doing was I actually moved to Houston, Texas, and I moved into this small little apartment, one-bedroom apartment. And before I even invested in buying a printer or a monitor or TV or a laptop or any of that stuff, the first thing I did was I bought folding chairs, a folding table. I had my laptop, plugged it in. I got a mattress from IKEA for like under $100. Laid it on the floor, then that's it. Like, that's the only type of furnishing I got for the apartment. I went to Walmart, got like a $10, $15 coffee maker, right? And then I got like I think Rob brought over like a $20 blender, and we just kind of said, let's start it up. Let's start it up from scratch. Now, here's the thing. I came from a position where I kind of knew how to build a business. I built several businesses. Some of them I built and they were working extremely well. Some of them worked for a little bit, made a lot of money, didn't know why it stopped working, all kinds of things. But I had experience and I had complete confidence in myself, no matter what would happen, that I would make it. I'd start figuring it out. I'd start putting pieces together. And I started, along the way, started picking up some nuggets. And as I was picking up the nuggets, I'll tell you, really what made the difference in my income was just the confidence that I can do it. That's really what opened up the doors of possibilities where a lot of people don't even think it's possible, right? So let's get back to the exercise real quick. So finding out where it is you want to go, find like perfectly clear. We're going to set a 90-day outcome or objective here. Let me just lower this a little bit. So 90 days. So in 3 months from now, find the date. I don't know when you're watching this video, but find the date on what that day is, and then I want you to ask yourself a couple of questions. Now, if you have, and Corey, feel free to jump in and participate too if you want. I can actually do this with you as a drill. Yeah, he's like, I'm writing his notes right now.
I'm taking my notes right now.
Yo, by the way, if you were wondering, October 12th is exactly 90 days from today.
Right, so for those of you who are watching this live, it's October 12th. And for those of you who are watching this replay, I'm going to take this as, you know, a great exercise that is going to be relevant forever. And in most cases, I'll actually hit play and watch my own video of me teaching this information, because it's good to have both an outside view of what I'm saying and an inside view, and take that information into consideration, because there are going to be you who are watching videos right now or making videos like Corey and Rob who shoot a lot of videos about the Traveling Mastermind and any other topics and ideas, and it's of great value if you truly take a step back and watch yourself, and then you go, well, what did I say there? Why did I say it? And because in most cases, I'm actually teaching stuff I don't even consciously know yet, but I unconsciously know, right? And I want you guys to grasp that idea, because I can learn just as much from myself as I am learning from teaching you guys as well. So there's all these layers of learning, and if you open yourself up to as many layers as possible, I'll tell you what, you'll learn more than everyone else just watching one video where people are looking, and I think it's hilarious, because I was actually at Costco, and we just bought a Vitamix, like a $650 blender. Don't even tell me why we bought it, just because I didn't know what to do with the money, right? So we bought this Vitamix, and so it's sitting there in our kitchen, and it's hilarious because I watched this man literally make like soup and all kinds of amazing stuff in this Vitamix, and he's just dropping it in there. And you know, Rob here is this organic guru, so I'm just sitting there and I'm just watching him like toss all the stuff, and most people looked at him and said, wow, that's easy and amazing. And I think what's hilarious, I'm not going to say who did this in my apartment here, but they went ahead and she grabbed like some of the stuff and she just tossed it in there, and she couldn't even get the lid on and off, right? And that's because part of the reason why is because when we're paying attention, we're not paying attention to the fine details. And if you can pay attention to the fine details of what I'm saying right now, you're going to pay attention to my eyebrow movements, my gestures, how I'm feeling internally, how and why I'm saying the things I'm saying, and how you can start to feel the way I'm feeling right now, right? So this is the kind of the magic of the understanding of the details. And because I saw the exact way he put his hand on the top of the blender, because I saw the little flip of the thumb that he did to pop off the lid, I walked over to the blender and I went, pop, and she goes, how did you do that, right? Because she was sitting there struggling and just pulling it. And sometimes in your business, it's really that easy, and you know what it is? You just got to stop doing what you're doing and just do something else. And just doing that, like instantly in the moment, I popped open the lid, and she thought I had miracle hands, right? So here's the magic, guys. It's just those small details that you're not aware of, and if you can pay full attention, you'll start to learn things that you don't already know, or know that you didn't know that you can know now. So here's what you're gonna have to do. For those of you who followed me on that last statement, that's fun. So find out where you want to go. So in the next 90 days, I'm going to walk this exercise through Corey. Make sure you fill it out. I'm actually going to, how about this? Let's set it up like this because this will be fun. I'm going to ask, Rob's going to give me an answer, Corey's going to give an answer, and then I'm going to also answer it. Or do you want me to go first? I don't know. Should I set up the frame?
Yeah.
I'll set up the frame. So setting up frames is if I go ahead and ask the question and Rob answers in a way that I don't really want him to answer, then he's going to set the frame for the experience for the group. So if you're doing group exercises, the most important thing is to have a clear demonstration. We teach this stuff in NLP and hypnosis. So I'm going to be that clear example, so that way they can model the way I want the answer back to me. Because everything they say is probably useful, but we're on a video camera right now, and we probably don't have all day to just sit here and just answer what we want in our next 90 days. But what we'll do is we'll definitely make sure we're perfectly clear, so clear enough so we can go to the next step of the exercise, and you guys have a good taster. Again, this is always a good exercise. I would visit this exercise every 90 days for the rest of your life. It'll change your life magically in all areas, in all contexts, whether it's business or personal, it doesn't matter. Because to be honest with you, your business is very personal if you're doing it the right way. So,
by the way, if you haven't noticed already, like what this man is saying is solid gold, and it's completely, it's so valuable. I would literally personally pay like hundreds of dollars just for this video as an info product. I don't know if it's going to remain free, or he might change his mind after we finish the video and after he rewatches it and be like, wow, this is valuable. I do want to sell this for hundreds of dollars.
And that's typically what happens. I do a Monday night webinar, and I think I did a couple in a row. I was like, oh, I just taught them the secret of the universe. So I'll email the list, and I'll just say, check the door. I think that's the mail guy. Come here. Come here. So here's the magic, right? So for the next 90 days, I want you to be perfectly clear on what it is you want to create. So I'm going to go first. So in 90 days, this is what I want for myself. I want to be in a position where I'm actually running, for those of you who know, I'm the co-owner of Guru Training Camp with my partner William Wood. And in 90 days, we will be on stage, right? Approximately in 90 days, we will be on stage in front of an audience of at least 100 people. Right? I think we can possibly get 500 people there, to be honest with you, but at the very least 100 people, right? And there is going to be not just 100 people, but they're excited, they're changing, they're transforming. They're looking at me and saying, wow, what you guys have put together has completely changed my life. I see people creating funnels. I see people sending out emails. I see people getting customers while they're at the workshop, right? I see people's lives changing. I see people being so excited that all of them are running to the back of the room, signing up for all of our products and trainings, right? What I see is people's businesses exploding. I'm getting emails from people being so satisfied with what my training videos that are taking their lives to the next level. So in the next 90 days, what I'm seeing is at least 100 people's lives completely transforming. Their businesses are exploding. People who have no idea how to build a business are growing and building a business, who are getting customers on a daily basis, who are getting results, right? So that's what I'm seeing, right? That's what I'm seeing in the next 90 days. And I'm seeing that as from that perspective, I can look back and notice the last couple of months, notice all the work that I've done, notice the emails I sent out, the videos I shot, the energy I put out there, and seeing people transforming in such an incredible way. So this is my 90-day outcome. This is my goal. This is there's a specific time and place in the future where I'm at. I'm in 90 days from now. I'm in front of an audience of people, and they're all looking at me, and they're chanting, "Guru, Guru, Guru, Guru," right? So that's what I'm saying, right? And I want you guys to get, and if what you're seeing in 90 days is not exciting, It's not a good goal you should set. You should never set a goal that you're not excited about. I'll tell you why. Because if you're not excited about the goal, you're not going to work hard. You're not going to be driven. You won't stay up all hours of the night. So this is what I did last night. There was a couple things I needed to do for my merchant account because I actually have a growth problem. I'm making so much money a month that my merchant account shut me down and said, you're making too much money, right? So my cap was like 20,000. I broke through it. I made 30,000. I broke through it, and they're like, you need to open up another merchant account. So now I have multiple merchant accounts being processed. I have transactions going in through PayPal, through my merchant account, through Square, through this, through that. So I literally got money coming in from all angles, through my eWallet account, through other affiliate programs, right? So and then I sat there, and last night it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. And I'll tell you what happened. And this is why it's so important to set a goal that you are just obsessed with. Because 3 o'clock in the morning, my eyes started going, right? You know there's a time in your business where you want to give up, right? Where you want to quit. And you know what I did? I took a step back and I said, could I do this task tomorrow? Right? And potentially I could. I could have finished the stuff tomorrow. You know what I did? I sat there and I closed my eyes and I said, what's important to me about completing this task? And I shot into the future. And I said, if I took another second to delay on this task, it would push everything back. And you know what would happen if it pushed things back? My business would not grow in the way I wanted it to grow. Do you know what I did? I jumped up and I said, no way. And I went right back to the computer, right here at this very desk, right? And I worked till 6 a.m., right? So here's what happens, right? Because there's going to be nights where it's going to be, I'm going to be honest, it's sleepless. Like guys, you don't just get rich doing nothing. You got to do work, right? But here's what happened. If your goal was not that attractive, you wouldn't have done it. Right? Right? If then you wouldn't sacrifice all the other things, right? I sacrificed so much in my life to get to where I want to be because I know I want it. I want it bad. There's not many people who want it bad. So again, set a goal, and I gave you a specific time and place where I am in the future, what I'm experiencing, what I'm feeling, what I'm seeing, the responses from people. I'm giving you all this information because I want you guys to step into that experience. And if that experience is attractive to you, then you need to get to our next Guru training camp. But anyway, so Rob, go ahead and in 90 days from now, where are you going to be? Who are you going to be? What are you experiencing? What's happening?
My vision starts very similarly to your vision because we are working together, obviously. And if you weren't at the last Guru training camp, I was the MC. I was talking about video marketing, video blogging, and I'm going to resume that role as the MC. I might speak about another subject for this upcoming event, which is September 18th, 19th, 20th, and 21st. So I'm in front of the stage, holding the microphone, just feeling super excited, super powerful in my element, in my power and potency, speaking life and inspiration, and people can just feel my energy. I'm just like dancing, I'm jumping all over the place. There's 100 people in the room like fervently taking notes, and I'm just speaking from the heart. I don't have a set script. I don't have a PowerPoint. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm just utilizing every experience from my life to try to fulfill this intention of completely transforming every single person's life in this room. And I just expend all of my energy, and people are in tears, and they're just really, really appreciative of the information that I have to offer. And when I'm done with that weekend, what I do is I get into my yellow Mazda Miata, 2014 yellow Mazda Miata, with a GPS video display because I hate having to plug in my phone to get the GPS, and I'm horrible at directions. So that's why I need that in this new car that I'm manifesting in the next 3 months. So I get into my car and I start the road trip to Florida, which I have relocated to Orlando, Florida, in this beautiful complex right in the heart, right in between Universal Studios and Disney World in Orlando, Florida. And the reason that I chose to live there is something that I've wanted to do for a long time. Obviously, I'm doing internet marketing, I'm doing blogging, but my target market, my new niche, is people who are into Disney World. I've been there 6 times. I love it, and I have a vision in the future to create my own leadership and self-development theme park. So I'm going there for research. I'm living there, and what I do on a daily basis when I get back from Guru Training Camp, and what I've been doing since I've been living in Orlando, Florida, I've been blogging. So I create really funny, heartfelt, awesome videos, just reviews about the rides, about the attractions. I start doing some really in-depth, massive research about like hidden Mickeys and hidden like secrets and like, you know, how to plan a vacation. So I get really in-depth. I bring people on these blogs and these Google Hangouts that I'm doing who are or Disney aficionados, like this guy named Lou Mangello, people who are experts in the field. And I start ranking, and I have my personal assistants who I have, and they're helping me get ranked on the first page of Google, on the top of YouTube, and I'm dominating. I am dominating YouTube for the keyword Disney World. Everyone's in love with my videos. They're opting into my business opportunity, which is internet marketing, helping people build businesses from anywhere in the world. I have grown the core inner circle of the Traveling Mastermind, which you are a part of right now, to 100 people. We've got at least 30 people actively traveling with me to event to event, to going to different Empower events, different personal growth events like Tony Robbins. We are literally every 3 months traveling to a different city, different destination. We've gone to Norway. My life is completely fulfilled because I have people who love and trust me, and they know that what I have to offer them is valuable. I'm making at least $20,000 a month in my bank account, directly deposited, and I'm just happy and fulfilled. I'm doing Buddhist chanting on a regular basis, which has filled me with like so much peace, so much joy. I'm doing active exercises every single day. T25. My core is healthy and strong. I've got like a six-pack. I've lost some weight. I just feel like completely energetic, and people can feel that. And I'm in a completely different place in my life than I was 90 days before. And I've surrounded myself with success. I listen to audios. I read every single day. I am best friends with six-figure earners. At this point, friggin' Amir has turned into a seven-figure earner. And we're all just best friends, and we're hanging out, and we're living our lives, because it's not about selling. It's not about trying to convince people of something like buy my business opportunity, to opt into my list, do this, do that. It comes off desperate. What I have stepped into and transformed into is being 100% completely genuine, honest with myself. And people resonate with that. They feel it. I'm just being me, and I'm just offering amazing information. And then cool people just walk into the door like Summer Bragg and Joe, Supernova Joe.
Mr. Rob.
And we attract awesome people walking into the door of our lives, of our hearts, of our universes, because of the person that we have stepped into and transformed, because our energy has changed, our intentions has changed. And in 90 days, literally, everything about your entire life can be 100% different. If you just commit to this exciting vision that you're creating right now, that you're writing out right now, because you're so excited, you're almost going to fall off your seat, because the vision that you've created in your head of where you want to go is so powerful and so strong. It's just motivating you through those sleepless nights, like Amir was talking about, through the pain, because it's going to be painful. It's not going to be easy. Ask any seven-figure, eight-figure earner, six-figure earner who's got any modicum of success in their life. It's not an easy road, but it makes it tolerable when you have a passion, when you have a vision, when you are committed to going somewhere, no matter what kind of circumstances are going on around you. So I've gone on, and I'm gonna throw it back to Amir, and I'm just so super pumped up because of what we're going. This is so valuable. So commit to your 90-day goals, guys. Your 90-day outcomes, because what you can create will just completely floor you. You'll be making so much money. You'll just be making better choices. You'll become a better person. We can't guarantee anything, but if you take these steps, these daily actions, you will feel like you are stepping into a better person day by day, minute by minute, action by action, decision by decision. I'm gonna turn it back to Amir.
Wasn't that awesome? So Corey, come on in here and go ahead and share what your 90-day objectives are.
Should I share what not to do? not being clarity? Not having clarity?
No, man, go for it. Rock and roll, man.
90 days from now, where do I want to be? I want to be leaving the Empower event in Orlando. I want to be making $30K a month. Now, I know that may not be much compared to Amir here, who's had to, like he said himself, get another merchant account because he's making so much money. You know, he made $45,000 in a day. You know, like I said, like we mentioned, the results are not guaranteed. You know, They're not typical. He's not a typical person. I want to be making 30,000 a month. I want to be leaving the Empower event totally transformed. I want to go to that event with 10 people whose lives also have been transformed of what's possible, who have belief of what's possible, who go out and touch other people's lives and change their beliefs of what they've been programmed so long of what they think they can and cannot do, and let them know that they just stretch their mind completely, totally transform. I want to be in the passenger seat of that yellow Mazda Miata next to Rob, cruising around Florida.
You're going to be right there with me, brother.
And I want to take that, everything that I learn, take it back home, take it back wherever I go, and pass it on, and change other people's lives, and transform other people's lives. And give them the energy, the belief, the motivation, the inspiration that they need to complete it. I've been doing other things as well, somewhat of like what Rob said. I've been working out, doing Insanity. I just completed 1 week. 90 days from now, I will be done with it, and I'll be totally transformed mentally, physically, emotionally. I'm also a health eating guru, whatever you want to call it, myself. And you say you are what you eat. So I put good things in my body, and I expect good things to come out. I may not be able to do it on a conscious or unconscious level like Amir right now, but it all comes with times. I've been doing the audios as well, daily, listening to an hour of audios a day, reading in the morning and at night instead of checking my phone or checking Facebook. I've been growing mentally, and before I know it, 90 days from now, I'll just be able to just talk, not even know what I'm saying, and be learning, like Amir said, learning while I'm speaking. How powerful is that? 90 days, you set your goal. Clarity is key. We mentioned quantum physics in previous Hangouts. Thoughts are things. You have to have clearness on your thoughts. We're all energy, including your thoughts. Thoughts are things. So you need to decide and know what you want. You need to define your dream and be crystal clear about it. Rob mentioned that earlier. You said you want food, and it'll manifest. What did you say? A lobster testicle? A lobster testicle you'll get. Say you want a new car. Okay, I want a new car. You have to be specific. Oh, I want a new Nissan. All right. So the universe starts manifesting it, and you'll get a new Nissan minivan. And you're like, wait, this isn't what I wanted. I wanted a new Nissan 370Z convertible, leather seats and all that, totally souped up. But you need to be specific. You need to be clear. You need to set your intention and constantly remind yourself and go back and focus on it. Now that's one aspect of it. Amir mentioned another aspect. The way he was able to get those results is he believed in himself. If you're saying, I want to get this, I want to do that, but in the back of your mind you don't believe it, well, you won't achieve it. It's as simple as that. You could set huge goals, but if you're thinking, oh, I want to be making $1 million by next month, and then in the back of your mind, damn well that's not possible. Not saying it may be possible for some. I don't think I could really do it. You're not going to really do it. You have to believe in yourself. So that being said, be clear and believe in yourself.
That's awesome.
With that, I'll pass it.
I love it. And I think what he was saying, which is an important element of it here, was that you've got to believe in it. And so when we set these goals and we set these outcomes and we set these objectives and we totally get clarity, I think if that's my outcome, if I want people changing and transforming, the next step, once we've set a clear outcome, is what do I need to do pretty much on a daily basis, and what tasks need to get done today in order for me to get there, right? So if you haven't by now, put yourself in a position where you know what your goals and your outcomes are in the next 90 days and where you want to be in your life and your business. Now, I didn't talk about monetary areas because I wasn't sure if maybe some of you could relate with where I'm at, just kind of like what Rob mentioned, because he knows my outcome is to make well over $1 million in the next 90 days, right? You know, I've made multiple six figures in this niche already, so I figured out some things, and now I feel like I'm ready, and I'm in that position right now. Honestly, I just need a couple more systems in place and just a couple more pieces to scale. But once you know how to make 100,000, it's easy. Just add another zero to what you just did, and you can make more money, right? And I think a lot of people think that it's just more work. I'll tell you, the hardest thing is to make 10,000 a month. It's easy to make 100,000. There's some tweaks, and it takes time to transition because there's just so many tasks that need to get done. But here's what can really happen for you when you really get clear on your monetary income. And I'll tell you what happened. I actually set a goal to make like $20,000, $30,000 a month, and I started making $20,000, $30,000 a month. But guess what? I wasn't clear on exactly how much money I wanted to have left over after my expenses. So I got clear on how much to make, but I was never clear on how much I was going to spend. So I just kind of spent everything, right? So, and this is important, right? So if you want to say $30,000 a month, do you want $30,000 a month in profit left over after you've enjoyed your life and started traveling around? I think that's more exciting than just making $30,000 and spending $25,000 to make that, right? And I see a lot of people who spend $10,000 to make $5,000, and that's not the way you want to be building your business. You want to be building a way that consistently keeps you profitable, that you can keep scaling and growing, and no matter how you live your life, there's always more being made than you could ever spend. Now that's a sexy lifestyle, right? So here's a couple things that I do want to just jump right into, because I know we got to wrap up this call. I do have another webinar starting up in a little bit, and I have a couple of the tasks here, other credit cards I got to process and things like that. You know, just got a pile of them, and I just got to sit there all day and charge people. It's like so much work, right? So anyway. Typically making, you know, a couple $1,000s a day, and it's not even work, right? Anyway, here's the point. The point here is, now that you know what your outcome is, I want you to ask yourself what needs to happen today to get there. What needs to happen in this very moment, right now, before you even jump into like next month or next week or tomorrow? What needs to happen today? Some of you are in a position in your business where you don't have skills. That's totally okay. I started with none. I was one of those people, right? Nobody's born to be a marketer or a business owner, right? There's some people who can get it faster. There are some people who've been exposed to it at an early age. I'm not one of those characters, right? Parents are broke, in a position where I had to figure out how to do everything. So figure out right now what needs to happen for you to get closer to where you want to go. Right? Make those outcomes, sort by outcomes, not by task. A lot of people go, I need to email this person, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do this, I need to you know, watch this video, I need to shoot a video. Those are tasks. Yeah. I want outcomes. I want 5 people buying. Right? I want you know, 15 people on my webinar. I want to have 15 credit card applications or whatever it is. I want to have 3 new appointments with 3 new coaching members this week. Talk about outcomes. When you sort your business by outcomes, you can reverse engineer down to the task, and then you can accomplish those tasks. Like a couple of things I'm doing right now is I'm in the middle of, and I even set this over here, so I think this is a perfect example. I have a couple outcomes. The first outcome is one of my customers, I need to make sure that I fully delivered on a contract. So I need to make sure the customer is satisfied. That's the outcome. Now, how do I do that? I'm going to send out an email. I'm going to go through some history to find out what was the last task that was done. I'm going to set an appointment. I'm going to do all these other things to make sure that the outcome that the customer is satisfied. right? So do I need to do those tasks? The answer is no. I can hire an assistant who could do a majority of these tasks for me, and I can manage and oversee to make sure that those outcomes are met. And that's the important thing, guys. When you have outcomes in place, then you go, what's number one priority, right? If you have an outcome where, you know, like for example, you're doing a launch and you're selling products, or you're inviting people to your business, or you're opening your doors, like some of the things we're doing right now. If you want to get started with us, and this is only for a short period of time, there's gurutrainingcamp.com/mastermind. In that mastermind, we're doing every Tuesday night from 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where me and my business partner, William Wood, will be sitting down with you and helping you going through the steps in your business, no matter where you are. We're going to take it back from the beginning, but this is also for experts alike to go ahead and grow your business. I'll tell you what happens. One of the sequential things that we've done with other clients is we've actually taken and we're signing tens of thousands of dollars in contracts where clients are coming in and we're pretty much helping them run their and organize their entire business. We're helping them define who their target market and customer are. We're showing them how to create capture pages that convert. We're showing them how to actually go to the proper advertising agency and properly advertise and build a list. We're showing them how to develop the follow-up sequence for videos and emails. We're showing them how to do a proper launch on a webinar. We're showing them how to get new people or get their current existing warm market and turn them into sales and conversions. We're showing them how to do all of these aspects of their business so that way they can run away and walk away making tens of thousands of dollars a month. And that's our outcome. Our outcome is to say, if you have the money, if you're in a position where you're ready to get started, you can get started with us and we can actually walk you through your entire business. Now, I know that there's some people on this webinar or on this video right now or on this hangout who are watching this on the replay or live who doesn't have tens of thousands of dollars. So what we've created was this mastermind on a weekly basis on Tuesday nights. For $1, you guys can get started, get the coaching and training that we charge tens of thousands of dollars for. Now, so right now, if you're watching this video, you can go to gurutrainingcamp.com/mastermind. You actually open up another tab at the top of your screen. There'll be a video, and either be me or William Wood or both of us together. We're actually doing some split tests on our sales videos, so you can actually see. There's like 2-minute long where we're just going to explain to you what we're going to provide. We're going to show you how to find out who your target customer is. We're going to show you how to start your business if you're on a low budget, or how to start making money with zero. We've literally closed tens of thousands of dollars in sales on Facebook Messenger. We're going to teach you all of these things, and we're going to show you how to grow your business. It's a $1 trial, and then it's basically $97 a month. It's dirt cheap, and we also have an affiliate program. So if you get started and you get signed up, and you sign up 2 people, your payment is free. And basically what we do from here on out is we actually sit down with you one-on-one. We make sure that your business is growing. We're going to do a one-on-one consult with every new person who signs up, because we want to make sure that our goals and our outlines and our objectives and what we're teaching on the Tuesday Night Masterminds is very intimate. Now, this mastermind is going to cap off. This is only for an exclusive inner circle. This is not for anyone, and not for everyone. This is for the people who want to really grow their business, who want to be really intimately working with us, who want to see the case studies of what's going on inside our business and actually show you what we're actually doing to actively market today. Right? A lot of gurus out there are going to say they're longtime gurus. They actually have fame and fortune, and they don't actually do any more marketing because they're just so famous. But we're going to sit down here and say, hey, you've got no fame and no fortune. We're going to show you how the proper copy, how the proper messaging, how the proper sequencing right now that we're doing today that's converting in our marketplace, in our audience, and we're going to show you how to create that for yourself, for your current customers, and how to target them. We've got different people who are targeting. We've got people targeting veterans. We've got people targeting, baby boomers, and we're gonna break down these sequences in a way. Come on. We're going to break down these sequences in a way, it's a real home business, guys, right? We're going to break down these businesses in a way that you can model so you can profit yourself. So right now, go ahead, get started, go to gurutrainingcamp.com/mastermind, and this is where we can actually share with you step by step on what you need to do. Having clarity in yourself and where you want to go and where this mastermind can take you is going to be the game changer for you. Because sometimes you just need to have questions inside your business. You need to have them answered. I remember I was in a position where I didn't know what to do, and because I got my answers questions, I launched and made $45,000 in a single week, right? So This is important. If you get your questions answered, you can start to really grow and succeed in your business. And if you don't have questions answered, what's going to start to happen, you're going to sit there, you're going to stay stuck, you're not going to know what to do, you don't know how to grow, you don't know what the next steps are, you're following 15 different gurus, you're watching tons of videos, you're getting tons of emails, you're on different webinars, and you're lost. And here, I want to be able to be perfectly clear, give you streamlined, step-by-step sequence that is I don't even see done in the industry. And when we have events and trainings, we actually show you how to do this stuff. We don't just sit there and say, okay, this is how we built everything, and they just walk off stage, everybody's excited. We're like, bring your laptops. Make sure you have these websites, you have subscriptions with these websites. Pull up your autoresponder. Craft an email together. Let's send that email out. Let me give you feedback on that. What's your capture page look like? Let's run ads. Tomorrow, let's check in on your ads. Are your ads performing? We're going to give you the habits of exactly what 6- and 7-figure earners do to build their business. Now, I can't speak for 7 because I haven't hit that yet, but I'm sure 7-figure earners have 6-figure earners working for them who are doing all the 6-figure tasks, so that way you get to 7 figures. So you need to know what you need to do anyway to get to 6 figures in order to get to 7. So that's the point, right? So it's making sure that you understand these principles and concepts. We want to be able to give you habits that you can walk away with, because our goal is not to just give you information. That's what the rest of the industry is doing. And let me tell you what the secret is. The secret is mentoring. The secret is giving you, and when you have questions, you got a group of people that you can trust, that you can ask the questions to and get the answers you're looking for. You've got the people. You've got the network, you've got the relationship, you've got the trust, you can get those questions answered. And of course, we're going to recommend training videos, but those are where we're going to go just to give you information. But the real honest truth is you need questions answered. Because here's the disconnect. You watch a training video, they teach you exactly how to make perfect copy. There's tons of training videos out there. Then you go do it. And then when you go do it, it doesn't come anywhere near as good as that video, right? And then you go, I did it. And you don't know how to improve, right? And this is where somebody like me or my business partner William Wood or other people inside the mastermind, right, can step in and give an outside perspective and say, well, you can improve this and you can improve that. And here's the honest truth. I can improve everybody else's stuff, but sometimes I have so much difficulty improving my own stuff. And that's because we're kind of looking from the inside and not from the outside. So right now, I'm telling you guys, if you guys are in a position where you're serious about making tens of thousands of dollars a month in your business, get started. Go to gurutrainingcamp.com/mastermind. This is where we're going to be able to sit down with you guys and help you grow your business. You'll be part of our inner circle. You'll see what's going on. We'll actually report to you weekly what we're doing inside our business so you can model, so you have a step-by-step sequence there where it's full disclosure. We're not going to keep any secrets here. So with that being said, I just want to wrap this up here. I don't know if Corey or my buddy here, Rob, has anything else to say, but I do want to say this. I'm looking forward to seeing you. We're here. We don't sell, I'm not selling a business opportunity here. I'm just helping you grow whatever business that you're in, or if you want to craft a business from scratch, we can show you how to do that. So again, gurutrainingcamp.com/mastermind, and I'll see you on our Tuesday night masterminds. So
dude, that was awesome. You literally blew my mind. Everything you say, I'm just like, I'm so happy to be here. I appreciate you, man. And I actually got to run in a little bit. Someone's waiting for me outside. But just listen to this man. Listen to what we've got going on, because this is powerful information. Like I said, he can be selling this for hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. And we
have tens of thousands. We're just making it available for the everyday consumer. That's
and get in on the mastermind. Go to gurutrainingcamp.com/mastermind. Get to the actual live event. You can get around us. You can listen to us. You can learn from us. We can teach you things. You can teach us things, and we can all work together as a community, as a traveling mastermind, as a powerhouse, and as a group of people flocking together that people are going to be like, wow, how did they create? Because it's power in numbers, my friends. It's like a bacteria can't just survive on its own. It has to team up into a community of other bacteria, and guess what? They form an amoeba, and they're like they've grown as much as the amoeba can grow. And what do they have to do? They have to keep growing. They have to work with a community of other amoebas, and they form a skin around them, a membrane around them. This is mastermind, and that creates an organism, a living being. And we are the next step of that evolution. So we are a community ourselves of hundreds of trillions of cells, of amoebas, little cellular organisms working together. And guess what we have to do? Our evolution has stopped. Now we have to mastermind and commune with other people in this bigger atmosphere, this bigger environment called humanity on planet Earth. We have to work together, forming communities, helping change people's lives, because you can't do it on your own. I can't do it on my own. Amir can't do it on his own. We need you. We need you right now to be a part of what's going on, because you are so critical. And I love you guys. I got to run. But this is just, I am so excited and so happy to be a part of what is going on, because this is changing the game. It's changing the industry. It's changing lives. Stay tuned. See you guys tomorrow.